what's going on, guys? My name is Connor, and today I got something a bit different for you guys, okay? So usually on my channel I'm talking about like a principle or a skill or something to help your online business, whether it's e-commerce, digital marketing. But today I'm gonna be talking from a bird's eye view on how you can go from 0 to 6 figures in 2020, all right? Let's get right into it. Alright guys, so a lot of the time when you look this kind of stuff up, how to reach 6 figures, how to reach 7 figures, whatever it might be, a lot of people are going to suggest for you to buy like an index fund or invest in stocks or just something like that, okay? And all that stuff's good and you guys should be doing that, but this is for people that are a bit more rushed. This is how to go from 0 to 6 figures in 12 months. And I'm going to be completely straightforward with you guys. A lot of the people watching this video are not going to reach 6 figures. And I think that's pretty obvious because a lot of people are not action takers. And a lot of people are also gonna look at this video. They're gonna say, hey, I cannot do this. Hey, this isn't even possible. And I just wanna tell you guys that whatever you guys tell yourself, if you guys tell yourself you can or you can't, most of the time you're usually gonna be right. And that's a quote by Henry Ford, the person that made the brand Ford. But it's really true. A lot of people put limitations on themselves subconsciously, and it really holds them back from their potential. Because I believe that a lot of people can do a lot of things, but if you tell yourself you can't, you're gonna be right. So a quick scenario that I wanna show you guys, okay? So if it wasn't for this whole virus thing going on, and if unemployment rates are still relatively low, like they were before this whole virus thing, then I could obviously go down to the grocery store right now and ask to get a job, interview, and most likely I'm gonna end up getting a job. Most likely I'm gonna have a minimum wage job, I'm gonna have a source of income, and I'm employed, okay? But why was it so easy to get that job and why was the pay so low? Okay, the reason why it was easy to obtain is because unemployment rates were really low. And the reason why the pay is so low with a job like that is because you're easily replaceable. You're easily replaceable because you don't have any skills or you're not using the skills in that job that are hard to obtain. It's like they could replace you with someone else like that. Okay, you mess up, that's why you get fired so quick. But if you're a part of a big job that is really, and by big I mean a higher paying job, and you mess up, most likely you're not going to get replaced as fast as the person that is working at a grocery store because your skill set is harder to find. It's going to be harder for them to find someone to replace you and do the job as good as you did it. So what do I want you to get from that? Okay, the key to getting a higher amount of income is solving a bigger problem. And how do you solve a bigger problem? By having a high income skill or skill set, having something that's worth a lot, having a skill that a lot of people don't have. And so how do you find that? A lot of people are gonna think like, hey, I don't have any special skills, I don't have much that I could do that other people can't do. I want you guys to really self-reflect on yourselves right now and ask yourself something that you're really good at and that you're really bad at. Okay, so me myself, I feel like I'm definitely above average when it comes to advertising on Google and Facebook. I feel like I'm definitely above average. I feel like I have a lot of experience with that, and I feel like that bringing businesses leads is a big problem that I could solve, and I feel like it's worth a lot. Okay, something I really do not think I'm good at is Photoshop, like editing pictures, editing videos. Like for e-commerce sites that I've built before, I've tried to edit the pictures on Adobe, and it's just really challenging for me. That's definitely something that I'm not the best at, but we all have things that we're good at and we all have things that we're bad at. And if you're really this talentless person that has absolutely no skills at all, you should really spend the next few months or the next couple months that we are forced to stay at home to develop a skill set that is going to bring you a higher amount of money, okay? When I talk about being good at something, it doesn't have to be something like copyright or digital marketing or something like that, but those two things are a very good skill set. But it could be something like video games. It could be something like gardening. It could be something like mowing lawns. It could be something like pretty much anything, just something you're good at, okay? And then what you can do with that skill that you have or that thing that you're good at is you can start a consulting business. You can consult people on how to do something like that, okay? So if you're really good at video games, I promise you right now, there are a lot of people paying to get better at video games, especially like a competitive game like Call of Duty, or I think it's called like PUBG, or games like that. A lot of people are paying very high amounts to be consulted on how to be a better player. Because obviously there is money in gaming, and I know a lot of people don't realize that, but there is a lot of money to be made in gaming. So if you can help people with gaming, then you're gonna make a lot of money. And also other businesses, for example, if you're good at taking pictures, do photography or consult people on how to take pictures. Okay, it doesn't always have to be consulting. It could be doing the actual service itself. So once you have the thing that you're good at, even if it's just a little bit above average and you're interested in it, you should also be a bit interested in it, because you're gonna have to put some work in, and it's gonna be something that you're probably gonna be doing for a bit before you start to see a exponential growth in your income. Okay, so obviously at the beginning you're gonna have to be hustling, you're gonna have to be talking to a lot of people, you're gonna have to be figuring stuff out, and that is easier than ever right now. I don't mean that to sound super difficult, because you could obviously just DM people on Instagram. You could DM people, hashtag video games, you're a gamer, hashtag video games, look at the people that are on there, copy and paste the message. Hey, I saw that you were interested in video games. I actually consult people on how to be better at video games, and I was wondering if you want to be my first client. I'd be happy to do it for free, as long as after you can give me a testimonial. You consult them, you do a good job, you get a testimonial, maybe they'll put something on their story, because most likely they're gonna have a lot of people that are similar to them that are following them, and then some of their audience is gonna reach out to you, and it's just gonna be growth from there. Okay, but I know I'm making that sound super easy, but you kind of got to put the pieces together. But overall, I just want to tell you guys that you guys should find a skill that you're good at, and then after that, you want to be able to start to consult people that aren't as good at that but want to be as good as that. All right, guys, so let's say that you start to build a business. It's a potential 6-figure business now. You put the pieces together like I told you you have to, and you want to turn that potential 6-figure business into a potential 7-figure business. How are you going to do that in 2020 fast and the easiest way? You're going to create online products or a course or something of that sort, online education, so it automatically does the education for you. Okay, and I know that online courses have this bad rep, and I know that a lot of them are scams. A lot of them are definitely not worth what you pay, and you could find better information probably on YouTube. But there are some really good programs out there, and I feel like the programs that have the worst reps are the ones that are how to make money online. Okay, so if you're teaching how to make video games, I feel like it wouldn't really have that bad rep anymore, because people aren't used to that. There's going to be a lot less competition, and I just feel like people wouldn't have the eye for it because of the whole Tai Lopez thing, and people think that Tai Lopez is a scam. I'm not getting into that, but my point is that selling a digital product online or a course that's not on making money online is not going to have as bad as a rep as the online course that's teaching you how to make money online. Okay, and that's because a lot of people think it's like this pyramid. Okay, so people sell a course on how to make money online, and then those people that watch it realize that, damn, I spent a lot of money on this, a lot of people spent a lot of money on this, now I'm gonna make a course on this information, I'm gonna pass it down, I'm gonna pass it down, I'm gonna pass it down. And a lot of them are scams, a lot of them didn't take in the right information, and a lot of them didn't have the right information to start with the first course that they bought. Okay, so that is how you start a consulting business, and that's essentially how you want to look at it, and you got to put the pieces together, because it's not going to be the same for every niche. I would have to go one by one on how you grow this, but I'm not going to do that. If you want my advice on consulting, I do have a consulting business and it does relatively well, then feel free to message me on Instagram at connor.langley. But let's say that you don't want to start that consulting business, or maybe you don't have a skill that you feel like is teachable, or you feel like you don't have a skill that people would be willing to pay for. Most of you guys will be wrong, but if that's really true that you don't have a skill that people would pay for, then I encourage you to look around in your local neighborhood and look at the businesses that are running right now. Because a lot of people look at like lawn mowing businesses and like electricians as you can't make that much money with that. But I'm telling you guys right now, I promise you that you can make a lot of money, and I know a lot of people that make a lot of money with it. Okay, like I know people that had $150 to start. They got the lawnmower, the weed whacker, and that was a whole $150. They made it back in one weekend. They just knocked door to door. Hey, do you want your grass cut? And it worked. And then relatively quickly, they were making about $700 to $800 a weekend mowing lawns. Okay, so that's just an example. And if you look at electricians, you can reach 6 figures very fast with that kind of business, because it only takes 2 years in a tech school. Or you can just be an apprentice and follow them step by step. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but I know that you can make 6 figures from being an electrician of some sort, whether it's elevator repair or just regular electrician repairs residentially. But yeah, 2 years in school, maybe you have to, maybe you don't. and you can be an apprentice and you can just follow them. And it's really not that hard. You can literally go to Google and search nearby and call them and just say, hey, I'm really interested in learning this. What would it take for me to learn, or can I work for you for free? And I'm sure that those people would be happy to work with you, okay? So I just want to end this video relatively quickly because this is a lot to take in, and I know you guys are probably going to want to go back and watch it again. But the key thing that I want you guys to take away from this is finding a skill that you feel like you can sell or you feel like is worth something and putting 100% effort into it, okay? So a lot of people are going to start stuff and they're not going to finish it. I know at the beginning of my sort of journey in entrepreneurship, I was starting stuff, not finishing it. Maybe I would start to make some money with something, and then I would see like, okay, I'm doing digital marketing, and now I see e-commerce. E-commerce people are making a lot of money. I need to go to that. And then I kind of like went back and forth. This was a few years ago, but yeah, a lot of you guys are gonna go back and forth. A lot of you guys are gonna start something, start to make a little bit of money, and then not see the potential, because usually it takes a little bit of time to make money. Like Warren Buffett said, you can't get 9 women pregnant and expect to have a baby in a month, okay? You have to be patient with this kind of stuff. You have to be consistent, and you have to be driven enough to be willing to take the no's. A lot of people are gonna say no to you, but you have to be willing to move past that and realize that your service is worth something, and be confident, because a lot of people are going to be able to read that, okay? So stay focused on one thing, and give it 110% effort for as long of a time as your competitors spend, okay? So a lot of your competitors are going to spend a lot more time than you think. So I'd say that you put at least like 3 to 6 months, 110% effort into something, and I promise you, you guys are going to see some sort of results, unless it's something absolutely stupid that is not worth anything. But I know that you guys have some skills that are worth selling, and if you don't, you're probably lying. All right, so I just want to wrap up the video with that. But if you guys got anything out of this video and you guys enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video next week.